You had the same batch as him, but there's a world of difference between you two.
This is a goodbye with you.
I couldn't get the fire started.
I'll help you.
Going from a regular employee straight to department head. That's quite impressive, huh?
Right. What do you think, Sato? That hard-working devil who was always ahead of me. Such a D-bag. Eat your heart out. My name is Keiichi Sato. I work for a company that sells and maintains checkout systems for supermarkets. Recently, one of my colleagues, Suzuki, has been promoted to section manager in recognition of his achievements. That in itself is perfectly fine, but... Sato, you're probably gonna stay a regular employee forever, huh?
You had the same batch as him, but there's a world of difference between you two.
Our checkout system is set to be introduced at all the registers of that major supermarket chain nationwide. It's a big deal. This was completely recognized as my achievement. And Sato, I guess this is a goodbye with you. That thing you're tearing up right now, isn't that the proposal I came up with? Why do you have it? And why are you standing by Suzuki? You're my girlfriend. Huh? I wonder why. I don't know. Now, I'm done with this document.
It's only natural for me to follow a promising section chief, isn't it?
Suzuki, it was you! Huh? What are you talking about? The proposal I spent months working on was suddenly lost one day. The data is gone too. It was you, wasn't it? What did I do? You stole the proposal I made, thoroughly deleted its data, and then used it to submit to the other party, right? What if it is? What's it to you? I went through multiple discussions and prototypes with a representative from a major supermarket. After investing a significant amount of time and effort, I finally put together a proposal that's at a contract-worthy level. Do you have any idea how hard I worked? I don't give a shit.
What are you talking about? You're so lame.
Totally.
Right?
Anyway, from now on, I'm the department head, and getting a good dose of my supervision. You wanna do that, Sato?
That's impossible, right? Absolutely not, right?
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
I decided to quit the company. Suzuki must have taken my proposal without my permission and proceeded to sign a contract with a major supermarket, and took credit for it, but I have no proof of that. From now on, Suzuki is the boss. Plus, there's even an ex-girlfriend among my colleagues. I figured there was nothing to gain by continuing to work in this kind of environment. No use dwelling on things forever. I decided to shake off these feelings by taking a trip. Went camping, something I do as a hobby to clear my mind. It was my own camping trip, solo camping. Okay, I guess this setup works. Huh? Lately, there are a lot of women doing solo camping. I spotted a girl who seemed a bit unsure, so I decided to strike up a conversation. Hello there, can I help you?
Oh, Sato?
Huh? Miss Kagura? Director? I happened to meet my former boss. She's Miss Kagura, the section chief who got promoted to director right after I quit.
Actually, this is my first time solo camping. I couldn't start a fire.
I'll help you. I quickly started a fire with my special tools. If you've got some fire starter and kindling, you can get a fire going real quick.
Thank you. You've been a big help.
You're welcome.
You're pretty efficient. Do you come camping often?
Yes, I do. I come often as a hobby. I've been doing it since I was a student.
Are you here for solo camping too?
Yes, I am. I used to go camping with friends back in my student days, but as I became a working adult, the number of available companions dwindled. Lately, I mostly camp solo.
That's what happens when you become a working adult, isn't it?
Did you come here alone too, Miss Kagura?
Yeah, I had gathered all the gear I needed on the recommendation of a friend, but it was my first time. So I was at a loss. And then you showed up. Thank you.
I'm glad I could be of help.
I'd love to learn more from you. If you're up for it, how about camping together?
Sure, I'd love to. For dinner, I served up my signature camp cooking. Here, we've got paella, mushroom, pasta, shrimp salad.
Wow! They all look delicious!
Let's eat together.
Yes, let's! Delicious! Do you always make such wonderful dishes?
Thank you so much. This time it's Italian, but sometimes I switch it up to Indian curry, try my hand at steaks, or even experiment with smoking. Just whatever I feel like at the moment.
I love it! I want to come again together next time.
Sure, let's do it together.
Yeah! I'm so psyched!
I thought she was beautiful, but I didn't know she was so cute. I was happy that she praised my cooking and enjoyed it so much. After dinner, we talked about all sorts of things and the night went on. It was a really fun day. I had a great time today, thank you.
Me too, thank you.
Well, I guess it's about time for me to hit the hay. Good night.
Okay. Can't I sleep with you? It's a big tent, it'll be fine, right? Am I bothering you?
No, it's nice to be together, huh? Then let's do that. Good night.
Good night.
Back in my student days, I used to go camping with friends, and sometimes there were women among us. But I've never slept alone with a beautiful woman like Miss Kagura, and I found myself getting all nervous. I wondered how Miss Kagura was. The next morning.
Oh, breakfast is great too. Oh, I'm so happy.
Thanks.
You look sleepy. Couldn't sleep last night?
Haha, being alone with someone as wonderful as Miss Kagura, you know. I, couldn't help but feel conscious and my heart was racing.
I had a blast. I'd love to go camping together again.
I had fun too. We should definitely do this again.
Can I sleep with you again then?
Yes. So, this is how Miss Kagura and I started going camping together. We were having a great time camping together on this day with Miss Kagura. However, I ran into the two people I least wanted to see. Huh? Is that Sato?
You quit your job, didn't you? Camping and all, you're quite the carefree person.
That's right, isn't it? You better get on with your job hunting, don't you?
What? Suzuki and Takahashi?
You took credit for the contract with that big supermarket by stealing my proposal, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that was indeed the case that Sato was working on.
After you stole the contract, you tore up my proposal right in front of me, didn't you? That felt good, man. I'm grateful to you, you know. Just a little bit, right?
He's thanking you, you know. Really, you should be thankful, okay?
You always stayed late working, even when everyone else finished on time and went for drinks. Like you were showing off. What the hell was it?
You never paid attention to me, just buried in your work all the time.
I feel bad about that, but I was giving it my all to pull it off. You were always performing better than me, ahead of me, and it was frustrating.
I don't care about you anymore.
But now, You've quit the company, so you're done for. You deserve it. Ah.
Sato, you're not really camping, are you? Are you homeless and sleeping outdoors? Living here, right? Suzuki lives in a luxury apartment, you know? Sato!
Miss Kagura,
You were an excellent employee, but you suddenly left the company. I always wondered why that was. But now I understand.
were you listening to the conversation just now?
Yes, I did. I just happened to be there and heard it. It has something to do with Suzuki, doesn't it?
I told her everything that had happened.
Ugh! I can't believe it! It's almost certainly Suzuki's doing, isn't it?
But there's no proof.
No. I can't leave it like this. I'm not giving up. I'll investigate thoroughly.
Miss Kagura, to think you would see it that way, thank you.
There has to be some kind of evidence to prove it.
Under Miss Kagura's direction, the PC used by Suzuki and the company's server were thoroughly investigated.
Sato said that Suzuki tore up the lost proposal document belonging to Sato right in front of him. He also mentioned that the data for the proposal he created was also deleted.
The investigation continued until midnight.
This is it! We did it!
Finally, evidence was discovered. There were logs on Suzuki's PC showing access to my proposal data, and logs of the data being deleted. What really clinched it was that the creator information in the final version of the proposal data still had my name on it. Looking back, it was quite a shoddy move.
Now Suzuki is definitely guilty. I won't let him off the hook.
The next day, Miss Kagura summoned me, saying it was an important matter and she wanted me to come.
Now, Mr. Suzuki.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding the earlier contract with a major supermarket, I was aware that Sato was the one who was in charge of that matter. But was that not the case? Also, several employees witnessed you tear up Sato's proposal in front of him. Is that correct?
Oh, about that matter, in reality, Sato was far from making progress, and the proposal was hardly developed at all. I was concerned that keeping the other party waiting too long would jeopardize the contract. So, I independently created a proposal and successfully secured the deal. Damn, that's a total lie. And as for Sato's unfinished proposal, that became unnecessary. I shredded it. It's only natural to dispose of unnecessary documents. That's bullshit.
Mr. Sato?
My apologies.
So that means you claim the proposal you presented was entirely your own creation, and you shredded Sato's proposal for disposal. Is that correct?
That's right.
By the way, we've examined the PC you're using and the internal server.
Huh?
Your PC accessed the data of the proposal that Sato was working on, and a deletion log was recorded. What does this mean?
Ugh.
In addition, the data of the proposal submitted to the other party is stored on the company's server. Upon checking the creator information of the data, it was listed as created by Keiichi Sato. You said earlier that you created the proposal on your own. But what does this mean? Can you explain?
This is not good. I can't explain this away completely.
You can't explain?
I was set up by Sato. This is some kind of conspiracy by him.
It seems like all the circumstances are pointing to your wrongdoing, doesn't it?
No, Sato.
Ugh!
What?
Even at this point, are you still trying to blame everything on Sato?
I am
Mr. Suzuki!
Eek!
Mr. Suzuki?
Yes?
So, you're going to admit it, right?
I'm so sorry. Miss Kagura.
Sato, are you happy with this?
Over the moon. I don't know how to thank you. Now that Suzuki has admitted it, I'm sure he'll readily accept it even if I issue a STEM punishment for this wrongdoing. Boss!
Dad!
Dad? Huh? Is he Miss Kagura's father? What? I heard the whole story just now, so the deal was actually being pushed forward by you, right?
I had discussed this matter with the president beforehand.
I see. Thank you for putting together this big job. And yet, I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to properly evaluate my employees. As a result, I have put you through a rough time. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry too.
Wait. Please raise your head. Sato, this may be too selfish of me to say this, but if it's alright with you, could you come back to our company? I want you to come back as a section chief. I'm begging you, please.
I'm also pleading with you. Losing a talented employee like you would be a significant loss for our company. I want you to work with me again, please, for a long, long time. Besides work, I hope you could also consider me being your partner. Would you?
Yui?
You know, I really like Sato. Hey, you like him too, don't you, Dad?
Well, yes, I think he's a nice guy.
Yes!
What do you think, Sato? This is an incredibly grateful offer. I'll gladly accept it. Oh, that's great!
Yay!
I think she's mixing it up. I expect you to team up and work together with Yui solidly. Counting on you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Let's strengthen our bond and work together.
Thus, I was welcomed back to my former company as a section chief. Due to this scandal, Suzuki got demoted to a regular employee and also faced a pay cut. Moreover, rumors of the misconduct spread rapidly within the company, and unable to bear the pressure, Suzuki resigned. I guess he reaps what he sows. In the industry, bad news spreads like wildfire. No company is willing to hire him now. I heard a rumor that Suzuki had to give up his luxurious apartment, and now lives in a cheap, run-down apartment, facing financial difficulties. As for me, I was ready to work hard, teaming up with Miss Kagura and all, as the president suggested. But I must admit, I'm a bit bewildered by her intense displays of affection. Thanks for watching to the end.
And please subscribe to our channel.